heard my coach tell over an analogy the other day that was really powerful. He was talking to somebody who was in a situation and the person was going to have to make a decision at some point. And he told the person, don't be a frog in boiling water. So we both looked at him and said, like, what does that mean? And I remember hearing this a long time ago, but I just didn't resonate with me at the time, but this time it did. He said, frogs, if you put them in water and you start to heat up the water, they'll just sit in the water to the point where when it becomes boiling, they just wait, they don't jump. And he was telling this individual not to be a frog, meaning that if you're in a situation right now and you can kind of see down the road like what's going to happen, but you don't want that to happen, and you look at another scenario that you do want to happen, that you hope to happen, sometimes you hope too long and you wait too long, and before you know it, the water's boiling. And so you have to know when to make a decision and when to jump. A lot of times people will feel this when their company's going through changes and they know something's going on. There's closed door meetings. They know that, like, you know, there's something in the works. They don't feel it. Their gut's telling them it. And then they catch wind and they find out. And then they don't do anything about it. This is what people, unfortunately, in Poland did during the Holocaust. You have people coming in and the Nazis were approaching and people said, it's not going to happen to us. Everything's going to be fine. And we think we're immune. We think we're unstoppable until we're not unstoppable anymore. And until people were banging on their doors, killing people. They waited too long. And the people who left, the people who saw the writing on the wall, and they jumped, they made a decision. They made the hard decision. They left everything behind. Can you imagine having to do that? It takes someone with a strong core to make a decision like that. And you're going to have tests during life where you're going to have to make a decision, and you're probably going to be sitting on the horns of a dilemma and hoping that something turns out your way. Not sure if it will. Don't wait too long. Don't be that frog. Ironically, this really took to me after I heard it, and I started doing some research, and I found out that it's a myth. The frogs don't. They don't sit in boiling water. They will jump. So someone came up with this analogy, but there are other animals in the animal kingdom that do these kind of things where they'll put themselves in harm's way because they're either habitually, naturally one way and maybe nature changes, but they don't change with nature, or, some other scenarios that I came across. But I think the lesson is key. And the lesson is, don't wait long before you have to make a decision. Make sure you have clarity on what you want to do or when you're going to do it. And, put a red line down somewhere so that you don't cross it, so that you can hold yourself accountable, and make sure you lean on some other people to help support you, because sometimes those are the hardest decisions in the world to make.